Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital early spoiler September 29th to October 3rd. Drew's low blow and Nathan's shock. As we always do on early edition day, before we dive into what's next week, we're going to start with what's happening the rest of this week to give you some context for these new spoilers. General Hospital. Ned, Tracy, and James's family turmoil. So, on Wednesday, September 24th on GH, we've got Ned Quartermaine, Wally Kurth, having a very serious conversation with Brooklyn Quartermaine, Amanda Setton. Now, she's on a private jet heading off somewhere. We know that Tracy Quartermaine, Jane Elliott, is missing. And on the plane, BLQ says, "Okay, I'm officially braced. Spit it out." So, it may be that Ned is on the plane with her, going to find his mom. And that same day on Wednesday, we have spoilers saying Tracy takes a risk. So, where has she gone? We'll find out. Felicia Scorpio, Christina Wagner, is very worried for James West, Gary James Fuller. He's already having a hard time because Maxie Jones, Kirsten Storms, is in a coma. And now the dad he's never met is suddenly back from the dead on General Hospital. So she is right to be concerned. James spends time with his uncle Cody Bell, Josh Kelly, and tells him he wishes he was his dad. And you know that's going to hit the stable boy right in the heart. Nathan's return and Trina's quest for answers. So, Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watt-Rose, asks Nathan how is he here. At the end of the episode on Tuesday, he squeezed her hand. And then he woke up and he opened his eyes and she said, "James." Which is, you know, what she grew up calling him when she thought he was her brother. And she still considers him her brother. And he smiled at her, and it looked like a smile of recognition. We've heard that Nathan is completely intact. He knows who he is. He has all his faculties about him. So we'll see. Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali, wants answers from Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper. And Jordan tells Trina that there's nothing that she needs to do. So, I just wonder, you know, at the end of Tuesday's episode again, we had Trina waiting at the house to talk to Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner. And it looks like Curtis and Portia Robinson's Brooke Kerr marriage has just imploded because he basically used Jordan as his alibi. And Portia is obviously assuming the worst because Dr. Isaiah Gannon, Sarandie Wilson, is her alibi, and we know what they were doing. General Hospital spoilers. Portia's motives and Britt's potential reunion. So Marshall Ashford, Robert Gossett, talks to his son Curtis and they discuss whether Curtis thinks Portia might be guilty of shooting Drew Kane. She's drugged him. She's targeted him. She had a big motive. At some point, she's probably going to have to give her alibi to the cops if she's asked. You know, unless she wants to be accused, she's going to have to list Isaiah. And that means Curtis is going to find out. And he may call her a hypocrite. We'll see. So, Portia talks to somebody at the hospital and says she's reconsidered. And maybe it's Britt Westbourne, Kelly Thibault, about the job. But I doubt it. I think it might be Isaiah. Maybe she's going to hop right back in bed with him because he is a cutie patootie. Monica's funeral and Rena Sofer's guest arc. On Thursday, September 25th, we've got Rena Sofer back this week as Lois Chirulo for a short guest arc for Monica Quartermaine's Leslie Charlson funeral. Rena Sofer has now completely moved out of LA, all the way across the country. She's living in New York, so it looks like she is stepping deeper into her retirement from acting. So, enjoy Lois while she's here. Who knows how long it'll be before we see her again. The Quartermaine family and all of Port Charles say goodbye to Monica. And I wonder if the funeral's going to start late in the day. We'll see because it depends on how quick they get Tracy back there. But emotions are going to be running high. Grab your tissues. We're going to have a load of Monica flashbacks covering Leslie Charlson's amazing decades on General Hospital. Obviously, Tracy's got to be found and brought home in time to say these sad goodbyes. I really hope that Frank Valentini didn't make the writers shove Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Benard, and Carly Corinthos Spencer, Laura Wright, into Monica Quartermaine's Leslie Charlson funeral. I think that would be pretty terrible given their history. But they might. General Hospital spoilers. Drew's recovery and Jordan's advice. Drew is still gunshot and in the hospital recovering. I wonder if he's going to hobble into the memorial looking rough but talking tough. Jordan advised Drew to let Monica's death be an example that he needs to be a better man. But we know he's actually about to do much worse. On Friday, September 26th, we've got more of the celebration of Monica's life. I'm expecting fully a beautiful tribute to both Monica and Leslie Charlson. And an unexpected visitor shakes things up at Monica's memorial. Now, this may be Drew showing up, but we also know that Erica Slezak's character is on this week. And Tracy sees her in the Quartermaine family crypt and demands to know who she is. She's going to say that she is Ronnie, who is Monica's sister. And of course, Monica was adopted by Gail Baldwin, Susan Brown. So, we don't know really anything much about her biological family. Week of September 29th spoilers. Shooter suspects and Drew's schemes. The week of September 29th through October 3rd, the PCPD is still looking for Drew's shooter and they are looking for who killed the judge. Portia may fall on the radar. But Drew is very intent on framing Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson. And he has his lawyer Martin Gray, Michael E. Knight, working on that as well. And remember, Jacinda Bracken, Paige Herschel, is the one that has Michael's full alibi. But Drew might pay her to recant her statement and just leave town. Shocking revelations. Nathan's survival and Britt's father. Lisa Lobrecht, Kathleen Gotti, is absolutely shocked to find out that Nathan is in the hospital. I guess judging by her reaction, we'll find out if she knew there was any chance her son survived. And of course, we're still waiting to find out if Britt Westbourne's, Kelly Thibault, boss is her and Nathan's dad, Caesar Faison, Anders Hove. Drew's inheritance ambitions and Michael's worries. Drew is on a mission to make sure he gets a slice of the Quartermaine pie now that Monica has passed away. Unless she retroactively adopted him as an adult, he's not legally her family or one of her heirs. And Drew's behavior is going to just keep getting worse. And he may be cooking up a whole new scheme. Michael worries about his alibi holding up. We're going to find out a lot more about where Nathan has been the past 7 years. He is going to be dropping some bombshells. Nathan's bombshells and family dynamics. I'm very curious to see if he drops a truth bomb on Nina or if he holds some of the information back so that he can talk to his mom, Liesel. And I do also wonder if Nathan and Britt know that each other is alive, because even if Faison was involved with both of their resurrections, that doesn't mean that he let them know about the other or let them interact. So I'm super curious to find out exactly what are the Faison and Albrecht family dynamics now that we have resurrected both of their children. Ronnie's claim and Tracy's defense of the estate. We are also going to find out why Ronnie is in General Hospital is heating up, and the week of Monday, September 29th through Friday, October 3rd promises explosive confrontations, blindsiding secrets, and betrayals no one saw coming. Fans better strap in, because Port Charles is about to be rocked by Drew Kane's coldest move yet, and Nathan West's return continues to stun everyone around him. Drew's low blow leaves Port Charles reeling. Drew Kane has been spiraling for weeks, torn between his loyalty to the Quartermaines, his tense rivalry with Nina Reeves, and his complicated entanglement with Carly Corinthos. But this week, Drew finally crosses a line he may never be able to step back from. Early spoilers reveal that Drew makes a ruthless business move that sends shockwaves through the Quartermaine family. ELQ has been his pride and joy, but when it comes to protecting his power, Drew proves he's willing to throw family under the bus. On Monday, September 29th, Drew blindsides Michael Corinthos during a critical ELQ meeting. Instead of supporting Michael's proposal to honor Monica Quartermaine's legacy by dedicating property to community healthcare, Drew strikes down the idea and moves forward with his own plan, one that benefits him directly while leaving Michael furious. By Tuesday, September 30th, tensions explode between Drew and Michael in the Quartermaine mansion. Tracy, never one to let an opportunity pass, delights in the infighting, while Brooke Lynn worries that Drew's behavior is becoming disturbingly cutthroat. Even Carly is shocked by how far Drew is willing to go. She warns him that power plays come with consequences, but Drew brushes her off, saying, "I've been playing nice for too long. This is how you win in Port Charles." Is Drew slowly becoming the very type of man he once despised, arrogant, cold, and ready to sacrifice family for control? His latest maneuver suggests the answer is yes, and Port Charles will not forget this betrayal anytime soon. Nathan's shock. The past comes back. Meanwhile, Nathan West's miraculous return has already shaken Maxie, Nina, and even Sonny. But this week, the Real fallout begins, and Nathan faces shocking revelations about the years he lost. On Wednesday, October 1st, Nathan confronts his sister Nina. Spoilers hint that Nina tries to shield him from the darker truths about what has happened in Port Charles since his death, But Nathan's persistence pays off. When he learns the depth of Nina's ongoing feud with Willow Tate, he is horrified by just how destructive his sister has become. The real shocker comes when Nathan is finally told about James, his son with Maxie. Though Maxie has been hesitant to overwhelm Nathan with the truth, little James is old enough now to start asking questions. Spoilers suggest Maxie makes the heart-wrenching decision to tell Nathan about their son on Thursday, October 2nd, and the emotional fallout will leave fans in tears. Nathan is stunned not only by the existence of the child he never knew but also by how much of James's life he has already missed. But the surprises don't stop there. On Friday, October 3rd, Nathan overhears a conversation that changes everything. Whether it's a clue about how he survived Faison's bullet or a connection to the mysterious figure C, who's been lurking around Port Charles, fans can expect a cliffhanger that will leave them desperate for Monday's episode. Nina versus Willow. The battle escalates. While Drew and Nathan dominate the week's drama, the battle between Nina and Willow only grows uglier. On September 29th, Nina makes yet another attempt to insert herself into Willow's life, this time under the guise of helping with Wiley. But Willow pushes back harder than ever before, telling Nina in no uncertain terms that she has no place in her family. By October 1st, Willow's patience snaps, and she threatens to cut off all contact if Nina doesn't back down. The confrontation is witnessed by Michael, who grows more disgusted with Nina's tactics. With Drew's betrayal already weighing on him, Michael may finally decide to draw a hard line against Nina once and for all. Spoilers tease that Nina's obsession is reaching dangerous levels. Could Nathan's return be the only thing capable of pulling Nina back from the edge, or will she double down and alienate everyone around her? Carly's dilemma. Which side will she choose? Carly is once again caught in the middle of chaos. With Drew embracing a darker, more ruthless version of himself, Carly has to decide whether she's willing to stand by him or if it's time to cut ties before it's too late. On October 2nd, Carly finds herself confiding in Sonny about Drew's latest betrayal. Their conversation is loaded with subtext, sparking rumors that Carly may find herself drawn back into Sonny's orbit just as Nina's world begins to collapse. Meanwhile, Carly's loyalty is tested when Brooke Lynn and Michael both urge her to speak sense into Drew. Will Carly risk a relationship by challenging Drew, or will she defend him despite knowing he's making enemies faster than ever? Other early spoilers and rumors. Tracy's scheme. Tracy may be pulling more strings than anyone realizes. Her sharp eyes on Drew suggest she's already plotting how to use his cutthroat behavior to her advantage. Maxie's heartache. Even though Nathan's return should be a miracle, spoilers hint Maxie may struggle with guilt and confusion as she grapples with her lingering feelings for Austin and her loyalty to Nathan. Jason's suspicions. Jason Morgan reportedly begins to question the circumstances around Nathan's survival. Expect him to team up with Anna to dig into the mystery. An unwelcome visitor. Friday's episode closes with a shocking visitor to Port Charles. Rumors swirl it could be an enemy from Nathan's past or even someone tied to Drew's questionable choices. Final thoughts. The week of September 29th through October 3rd on General Hospital is shaping up to be one of the most pivotal of the year. Drew Kane's ruthless streak alienates him from family, leaving viewers to wonder how far he'll fall. Meanwhile, Nathan's emotional reunion with Maxie and the revelation about his son promises heart-wrenching drama and cliffhanger shocks that will keep fans glued to their screens. As Nina spirals, Willow digs in, and Carly faces an impossible choice. One thing is certain. Port Charles is bracing for another storm, and not everyone will make it out unscathed.